I'm not even sure we're live now because it's just been, I don't know, just rolling. Okay, welcome back, guys. I think we've had a few technical difficulties. Apologies for that. If you stuck around, we were reviewing the match between Tottenham and City at the Etihad. Amazing, what's the word? Stream setup. So, which is, if you could please join us wherever you're joining us from. Thanks for the comments from earlier on. Yeah, this is a fresh stream, but hey, same subject matter. Yeah, we were talking about the scores, the player ratings, and we've gotten as far as Destiny Udogie, and we're going to go on to the midfield before we got cut off. So the midfield, we had Kulusevski, we had Bissouma, and then we had who was that man in that midfield trio?
Lo Celso.
Yes.
I say we start with Bissouma.
Let's start with Bissouma, okay? Right. Ben, do you want to have a go with Bissouma?
Yeah. Bissouma was partly anonymous for part of the game. I thought that Bissouma was going to use this match to actually show us what he was made of, and that this is where we get the Bissouma of old, pre-Luton. But it wasn't there. It wasn't there. He gave away the goal. We discussed that. We understand what he was trying to do, and he could have equally turned around and wowed everyone. I would have been one of them that shouted "wow." I would have got out of that group of players, and we would have scored a winner. But that's football, I suppose, as Keshi once said. So I think in this case, I'm going to give Biss a 7.
Wow. Okay. Even with that level of criticism, okay, that's very generous. Deji.
Yeah, I thought he tried to do the things he was supposed to do. Unfortunately, he didn't execute. And I think when that happens, you got to take it on the chin. I didn't think he had a particular good game. I thought he was too ponderous in many situations. He gave the ball away far too much. I didn't create nearly enough. I'll give him a 6 and hope that he gets better quickly.
Right. Chuma, you want to have a go at, well, not have a go at, and give your opinion, if you like, about Bissouma.
Yeah, sure. So for me, Bissouma is my guy. So I don't want to ever. I didn't ever want to have to do this, but I think once he got that red card in against Luton, I think he started feeling he didn't have to be as dynamic as he was, and then he was waiting for that next yellow card. So something changed in his game or his mindset, and he needs to get that back ASAP. I thought he was slow for himself. I think really my whole thing was I thought this game was a game he would show Rodri that I am as good as you are, or I'm good enough to play in the same midfield as you, which is what he did to Casemiro. He punked Casemiro, and I thought he could punk Rodri, and unfortunately, it didn't come off. A lot of things, like Deji said, he was trying to do didn't come off, and it could have cost us even more. Both he and Hill, I felt, turned over possession a lot. I give him a 5. It's the lowest I've ever given him. I hope never to come back here again to give him a 5, but I give him a 5, in my opinion. 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's Bissouma had one of those games today, which, like you said, he wasn't his old self. He seems to be like I said, ponderous. He couldn't really stamp his full authority on the game. I mean, I think he was just maybe a yard short of the pace in some situations. You know, maybe he wasn't reading the situation very well. There was a time when I think he was trying to pass. I thought he was trying to get past to what's his name on the right hand side? Emerson.
Johnson first.
Yeah,
Emerson. Emerson.
Yeah, and then he sort of ball went out of play, and we were in a good position to break from that point. You know, so that in that situation, he didn't do as well as he could have done, and I'm surprised about that. You know, because if you think about it, I mean, Brian Hill came in. Okay, I mean, the key, because like you said, this match or this football at this level is about very, very fine margins. You know, when things come off, you're fantastic. When they don't come off, you're a mug. You know, and they haven't come off a lot for him today, and that's down to maybe a few things he needs to sort of up in his game. He needs to sort of maybe be a little bit less nervous, if you like. I don't know what happened to him today, but yes, he needs to step up. I'm sure he will learn from this game and improve. I think 6B would be something I would probably reluctantly give him because of the past good performances, if you like. That's why he gets a 6 from me. Right. Lo Celso, gosh. Giovanni Lo Celso, gosh. Now, I'm inclined to give Lo Celso a 10 actually, but I mean, I know he didn't have a great first half, but I mean the way he took that goal was just absolute class. That enough for me, 10 out of 10 moment in the match. I mean, I know I normally close but I'll open with a 10. Let's see who beats that. Come on, guys. Let's see what you think. Let's hear what you think.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah, go on, man.
I'm gonna give. Yeah, I'll give. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, but I'll get my 10 for someone else. I want to give him a 9.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm giving him also a 9. He scored 2 spin. Fantastic player. Taken off because he's blowing. He'll be back against West Ham. Just watch him. Just watch him. It's gonna be great. I'll give him a 9.
Okay.
He would have had a 10 if not for the other player.
All right. So, well, carry on. So next up would be Deji.
Well, I thought he was anonymous in the first half. I thought he came and did pretty good in the second half. He scored an excellent goal. I think he benefited from Højbjerg coming on.
Yeah.
Good game. We want to see him improve and do that consistently, but no more than an 8 for me.
Okay, so Chuma.
Same as DG. First half was because he had to be a bit deeper, because Kulusevski was a 10. And I don't think he couldn't handle that against City because City control possession more and they position themselves better. So him playing as a deeper 8, if that was Pape Matic Sarr, I think Sarr would have played better. But as soon as Højbjerg came on, Kulusevski moved to the right. He now became the 8 that played as the 10. I think it suits him more in this Ange ball. It suits Kulusevski. It suits Lo Celso if he doesn't have a Bentancur or he doesn't have because Bissouma made some moves that had him coming back too much. I think that's what hindered him. So I give him an 8 as well. And he took his goal very well. And also, there was a chance that Grealish blocked. He hit it first time, half volley. That was going in. Or at least that would have hit the target or keeper would have made a save and we could have gotten something out of it. So I give him credit for that. I think it's the same as his Villa finish. I think he's growing in confidence. And the more you can place him in these forward positions, I think we're really going to gain from him. And I think he'll go from strength to strength. But not a 10. I'll give him an 8.
Okay, now the reason I gave him a 10 was the fact that he hasn't played for a very long time. He's played in 2 key matches against what you might call people you might consider as rivals, if you like. I mean, for top places this season, and he's got really good goals in both matches and key moments as well. You know, I'll be putting a really good decent performance in both matches, and you could see that he's getting back to his game. You know, he's getting back to his game. Someone who has been like not playing a lot. You know, and yeah, so that's for me was the reason why he got a 10 from me. But however, yes, I hear you. I hear you and Deji, and Deki. I mean, I know that at some point when he first came to the club, shortly after, I mean, he started playing while Conte was our manager. We did a piece on him, and we said Kulu unplayable, right? And remember that episode, and it seems to be back to that unplayable state now. I mean, what do you reckon, Chuma? I know. I mean, let's start with you, Chuma. I know we should end with you, but let's start with you on this one.
No. Kulu is my guy. He is to me. He is. If you check the stats this season, he is the white player that has carried the ball the most in the league. Meaning he's carrying it distances. Yes, the end product might not always be what you expect it to be, but he alleviates pressure from, or he relieves pressure, sorry, he relieves pressure from his midfield and his defense because you give him that ball, he has the body to keep himself in between the ball and the defender. He also has the speed and he thinks very quickly. There's a way he shuffles. He has a trick he likes to do where he shuffles the ball between 2 feet and then he's off. He does that a lot. And in this game, the assist to Son, brilliant pass, playing into the right space, knowing that Son could nudge out Doku, um, carrying the ball, shielding the ball, playing as a 10. He does these very quick one touch pass movements that if other people are on his wavelength, it could lead to so much more. I wouldn't give him a 10. I want to give him a 10, but I believe perfection is for the Almighty. So he wasn't the Almighty in this game, but the next best thing is a 9.5, which is still an A. It's still an A
Whoa.
plus. So I'd give him a 9. I'd give him a 9.5 because what I expect from Kulusevski is I expect Kulusevski to score a goal every other game, in my opinion. I think he has that talent to do that. He hasn't unleashed that guy. There's a guy I think that's inside of him that I'm not calling him Iron Robin because Robin had the speed and all, but it's that same kind of mindset, and I think it's there in him. And it has to come out. It's struggling to come out of him. He wants to do it, but he can't do it. Maybe the 10 position allows him to do a bit more, but it's there. So until that guy comes out, I will not be able to give Kulusevski a 10, but I give him a 9.5, and to me, he's the man of the match.
Yeah, you got the man of the match as well. Yeah, so that's why. Ben, what do you reckon?
I'm not sort of restricted by perfection. For me, on the pitch today, that was perfection. For today, he played perfect. So, I'm sorry, but and even if you want to say, I'll probably say he nicked a point from next week because he's going to do another one next week as well. So then you can nick a point and get 11. But no, I'll give him 10. I'll give him 10 for this match because Kulu was unplayable. He was unplayable, and the way he goes in and out of the number 10 position, and then how he switched to play on the wings as well, and doesn't forget anything. The guy's a freaking baller, and he's a kid as well. So I'll give him a 10. I make no apologies.
Yeah, I mean, that's
No, there are no apologies. I'm just stingy because I want more. I want him to kill people more.
I know. I feel you.
I would give him that would be the second player I'll give a 10 this match. I mean, yes,
Really?
I'm telling you, Kulu gets a straight up 10 from me. Honestly, amazing performance, brilliant player, a key moment, key goal, and playing different positions as well and adapting to each position with such such verve. He's ready to do stuff for the team. And you can't get the ball off him, and he's running back, he's tackling, he's really good. Kulu is an exceptional talent, and I'm really happy for him. Moving up front, Son and Damian.
You didn't ask Deji for Kulu.
I didn't ask Deji. I'm so sorry, Deji. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna go against the grain here.
Okay.
I think that Kulu is actually better playing in that 10 position. I think he's wasted on the right. And that is because when he plays centrally, he can fake to go one side or the other, and he gets the defenders confused. They can't guess where he's going to go. When he's on the right, 9 times out of 10, he's going to cut in.
He's cutting in.
He's always cutting in. And when we put him out on the right and he started cutting in again, I started getting frustrated. And I said, here we go again. Kulu's come back to his old ways. Why can't he just get it out to the right? He actually tried on one occasion, went down to the right. I thought he was going to cross it with his right, but he came back. He came back. I think there was only once that he cut back with his right foot. But most times he either cut in or he actually came back. His performance in the first half when he was in the middle, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was unplayable in that position. Unfortunately, we seem to have so many players like that, and so he's probably not going to get to play in that position that often, but I think he's better in that position. I give him a 9, especially because he got Bissouma out of jail by getting that equalizer. I'll give him a 9, but no, not more than that, because he went back on the right and started cutting in and pissing me off.
Good.
I think once we get one of the wingers back, sorry about this, guys. I think once we get one of these wingers back, I think we'll see him more in the middle, because he had to take off.
Really good.
Hill was useless, so it's because of Hill that that everything was changed. But I feel you. He'll be coming back. I think everybody loves him playing in 10. So let's hope
he carries the ball fantastic. He's got an incredible engine on him. He runs and runs and runs and runs. He's an asset, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
He's our Rodri. Better than Rodri.
And that Rodri guy. Hey.
The heavy guy.
Man, that guy is something, man.
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, if we look at City, I mean this whole program will be gone for another 2 hours. I mean that's they're just a different class. I mean that team is just, I mean, exceptional team. I mean they made us look really, really low in the first half. I mean it was like.
Yeah, it just kept that second goal when they just cut through us.
Creating opportunities.
You know when someone scores against you and you're angry, but at the same time you're saying to yourself, "Man, that was a good goal." If that wasn't Spurs, I'd be like, "Wow!" I'd be clapping. But I was like, wow.
Absolutely.
I'm angry, but I'm like, "Man, what a move!"
Yeah,
I was impressed with the move as much as I was disappointed in conceding.
Yeah, because someone said earlier on in the program that David should not attract the run of that guy. And I'm thinking to myself, no, that's not the. I mean, it's easy after the fact to say, oh, he shouldn't have done that, But the fact of the matter was that in the grand scheme of the play, if you didn't track that guy, he would have had a pass. Yeah, it was a goal. He would
have scored.
But they say Davis is a championship defender. They've done it to greater defenders than Davis. So what excuse have those other guys got? They've done this exact same pass and move stuff to everybody. It's like so it's like everybody eats it. Everybody comes to Etihad and you eat breakfast straight up.
So this is where they were saying. So is Etihad that sang? That's where the Burna Boy sang a song. Last. Now everybody goes to breakfast.
Yes, you come to Etihad, you're eating breakfast straight up.
Oh God, interesting. It's very, very interesting. Thank you very much, guys. Up front, we had Brandon Johnson, and Brandon Johnson, because we had, Kulu came in on Hill. I'm Brian Hill. Sorry, yeah. So yes, tell me. Let's start with Hill.
Take it away,
Deji.
Yeah, I thought Hill started well. Obviously, it was his shimmy on the edge of our box that got Kulu away before he put Son through. So I thought he started well. I thought he did a few things pretty well. He turned players and got us on the front foot a few times. But he seemed to, the longer the game went on, the more Kyle Walker seemed to get the measure of him. And after some time, it began to look like men against boys. And at that point, I think his race was run, and the coach was right to take him off when he took him off at halftime. He's got to get stronger. He's got to also stay on his feet more. There's sometimes he falls over when he doesn't really need to. There are slighter players than him, or those that are just as slight, and they manage to stand up. Even Bernardo Silva is no bigger than he is, so he should be able to. So he shouldn't expect that every time somebody leans on his back, he falls over, the whistle's going to go. So he's just got to try a bit harder in that respect. But I think there's a good player in there, and the Premiership will make or break him. Tottenham will make or break him. If he's going to make it at Tottenham, he's going to do so over the next few games. A lot of people are saying that this is it for him now, but I don't think so. I think there's a player in there, and I think he can still do it. But yeah, for me, at best, a 5 out of 10.
Okay. That's for Brian Hill, right?
Yes, for Brian Hill.
Ben, what do you reckon?
Well, I mean, you give a long talk and give me 5. I'm going to give a short talk. I'm going to give it 5 as well.
Oh dear.
No, because I said I shouted 5 at the beginning because I thought it was me, but then it was Deji. So I was listening, and when I heard all the talk, I said, absolutely right. He's just too slight. He's on the deck, and the coach saw it. End of. Next.
Yeah, Chuma.
If he had stayed on in the second half, I would have probably edged towards a 6. But I agree with the guys and a 5 because you don't get hooked at halftime if you're playing well. All due respect, you
Well,
don't get hooked
sometimes you
at
might want to
halftime.
have a change of tactic, for
No,
different
no, no,
reasons.
no. You don't change tactic. You don't change tactic if that player is killing his marker.
True.
Why would you change tactics?
True.
So it was clear to everybody watching that as soon as you played the ball to him, they were going to bully him off the ball. It's not that he doesn't have the skill. I think maybe him playing more and more in the country is going to help him because I think he's, as much as he's been at Spurs for like 2 years, he's played 50 games. Those games are like little snatch minutes, 10 minutes here,
Yeah.
maybe 1 or 2 games there in League Cup matches, but he hasn't actually been thrust into.
He hasn't stepped up really.
He hasn't stepped up, and I'll give you a case in point to what Deji said about Kulusevski. Nobody minds Kulusevski cutting in because he's trying to come central. If on the other wing there's a 1v1 demon, if you have a 1v1 demon on the other side, you don't mind Kulu coming in because that allows Poro go around him. But Poro isn't going around him because he's staying there. So imagine when we had Mano Solomon, and Mano Solomon isn't the greatest player ever, but he's very good. Mano Solomon benches Hill. That tells you a lot about Brian Hill. Mano Solomon is small, but he knows how to bounce off. He knows how to use his body. And if Mano Solomon was here right now, I think in this particular game, I think we would have done more. So that's where Hill's failing, and Ange hooked him. So he's a 5. Unfortunately, it's a 5 for him. Like Deji said, I don't think he's out of the league. I think he's going to use these games to beef up, to get stronger, and try to understand. David Silva was the same size as him. David Silva learned how this league runs, and he has to start looking at all these guys as examples of how he can alter his game. But long story 5.
Right. 2 long stories 5. 1 short story 5. I'll probably give him a 6 for the simple reason that he made the move. He started the move that led to the first goal, which was a super move, and which sort of epitomized the way we played today. Okay, we had a few blips here and there, which he should have released the ball a little bit earlier. It's almost like the same thing with Son. I mean, Son scored a goal, but he let him on the other side as well. So do I take off points for that? I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things that happen in games. But hey, he's not a defender. He's a player. He's an attacker. He's an attacker. But he obviously made a ball bounce off him into the goal. If he didn't bounce off him, he would not have scored. Anyway, there you go. So I'll give him a 6. Brennan Johnson. Chuma.
Brennan Johnson, to me, is coming into his own slowly. He's slowly becoming that guy. He's learning what. And if I can give Kulu a 9.5, I'll give him an 8.5, possibly a 9. And I say that in terms of he helped out Poro. Did you said that earlier on in the stream? He helped out Poro a lot. But then in that second half, when they moved him to face off against Kyle Walker, Kyle Walker is I call him like a 5-star don in right back. Kyle
You
Walker
burned
can
him.
outpace you. Kyle Walker can outpace you. He can body you. There are several ways Kyle Walker can hurt you. For you to have Kyle Walker going backwards, you are doing something bloody right. And Brennan Johnson had Kyle Walker going backwards, and in Nigeria we just say he chopped him. He chopped him completely.
He chopped him.
and yeah, he killed him. He killed him, and he was looking at every opportunity at how to get at Kyle Walker, which Brian Hill was. I think that was the game changer. And bringing on Højbjerg allowing Kulu go right, Brennan Johnson going left. It changed the dynamic of that game because it now made their back four side thinking. They weren't thinking before. They were just playing naturally and passing through us. That changed the game. So I give him an 8.59. If it's 9, if everyone else goes 9, you can bump mine to 9. I give him 8.5. Once again, another guy who I think is going to keep increasing. I want to see more. So I can't praise him, but I give him 8.5 for this.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, hard act to follow there, Chuma. But I'm sure Ben will top that. Tell me, Ben, what do you reckon?
Top that. No, listen. For me, Brennan Johnson. What? He must be related to that. What was that sprinter? Some Ben Johnson.
Ben
Must be
Johnson.
Ben Johnson. Yeah.
Without the drugs.
Yeah, without the drugs. What a sprinter, mate. He frightened the life out of City. Were separate. They were a different team second half, and we could have won it. I mean, if not for that that bad move by Bissouma, let's forget that now. But if not for that, we could have won that match, and we would have been. At the end of the match, I was pumping my chest and saying yes, yes, yes. But I can't imagine how I would have felt if we had actually won. My ear would still be ringing now. So for me, Brendan Johnson, speedster, destroyed the defense, and like you said, he kept what's his face going all the way back, and it changed the whole look of City, in my opinion. So no, it was a brilliant thing, and I'm going to give him. I'm sorry, I'm going to give him a 9.5.
Right. 9.5. Wow. Okay. I think interesting. I would give Brennan Johnson 9. I mean, he did a really, really good job today, especially for that cross. I mean, that cross was pinpoint, and Kulusevski executed to the T. I mean, that was absolutely fantastic. Right. Mr. Son. Now, let me start with Son, and you guys can end it up. Maybe Ben or Chuma or Deji, one of you can end it. But hey, I thought for that first goal, Son was absolutely magical. The way he burned Doku. Think about this, right? Doku is about 7 or 8 years younger than him. You know that? The guy is
least.
and
Probably more than that.
yes, I mean, Son is about 30 this year, or going on 31, right?
Son's 31.
Yeah, Son's 31.
Doku is younger than. Doku is like 20, 21.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, something like that, right? So
21. Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, in Yoruba we say you take 10 years old person kind of thing, right? It's like 10 years. It's like 10 years, older than this guy, and he burns him. Not only burns him, he actually just, he took the ball in such a way that if he had fouled him, it would have been off. It would have been a red card, So he just took the ball and he leathered it. Okay, fine. Some people might say that maybe Ederson could have done better with that goal, but he wasn't expecting it at all from that angle. He just came, and that was absolutely. It was Son. Son has this record at Etihad that's like almost as if he scored every time he goes there. They hate his guts in that place. Yeah, Son for me. I mean, that alone, you give him a 9 straight off for me. That's for me was absolutely fantastic. And he was getting the right positions a lot of the time. It was just the release that should have come from Hill at one point was just not there. That would have been another goal. Dave, thank you for joining us. I know we kind of lost connection on the last one, but yes, thanks for coming back. Yeah.
Oh,
Dave, come on, David, let because Son stood onside all game. He must have tied his legs together. He gets an 8. Okay, he's generous enough. Okay. Right. So Chuma, do you want to go with this one or?
Yeah. So to go on with Dave's comment, I think Ange had a word. Probably not with Son, but probably with the other players about the offsides, because that was seriously a problem in the last game, and you can see, and then we knew we weren't going to have as much possession in this game. I love Son for the mere fact that everyone I told that thing to, that look, Son is actually the kind of forward that Ange likes. He's the kind of guy that makes those moves Ange wants to see. They all laughed at me and they said, Harry Kane's gone. He's not going to do anything. And I'm just happy that Ange is proving people wrong. Son is proving people wrong. Tottenham are proving people wrong. And for me, that display today, he led the line very, very well. The players look at him as a captain as well, and they look at Son and they realize this guy is coming here to do work. Son is a very professional guy. Even in his worst game, he's still trying to do something to either get possession back, something, and he hassled. Their defenders didn't know if they had to come out, if they could stay back because of Son. So I know Dave's giving him the 8. I also give him a 9 as well. He did everything right. That one touch pass to Lo Celso, he took 2 defenders away as he ran after giving that touch. That created a space for Lo Celso to cut in. That is intelligence. That you don't get that overnight. The 10 years he has over Doku, that's that brain. Yeah. He's a very intelligent player. He hit that shot early as well against Ederson. So you said Ederson could have saved that. He hit it so early because he knew Ederson would expect him to take one more touch. And if he was a defender that tried to force him probably wider. But Doku didn't know what to do. But he took it so early, so Ederson couldn't get himself down. So for me, Son is my 9. Son is my captain. Perfect.
Oh, goodness. David is so funny. David's
having a lot of like victory drinks right now.
I know, right?
Victory. They got battered. Washington Commanders got battered.
I know.
Come back to give us a laugh.
Ben. Son.
Yes, Sonny, Sonaldo, Sonodino. What a player! What a player! My throat was sore from screaming at the first goal he scored. The way he just did Doku. I think that was done to Doku. I think something happened to Doku because Doku was just crap after that. The rest of the match and got home. I won't be surprised. No, that was humiliation. He humiliated him. I mean, think about it. Doku was held up there as this speedster, blah, blah, blah. And yet his grandfather went past him and scored.
Welcome to the Premier League.
The League of Gladiators.
That was beautiful. Here's another 10. I don't usually put 2 10s in a team score. I'm giving Son a 10 simply because he played brilliantly and set the stall up for how we were going to play today. He did it right from the off. He went out there and did the business, came back, said to the boys, "That's it, go." He got an extra point for being a captain, action captain as well.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ben. Deji.
Yeah, I thought Sonny led from the front in every way conceivable. That first goal and the desire he showed to get onto that ball, the way he took off on the run the moment we won the ball back, captured everything we needed to do against City today. He beat Doku, he left him standing. The keeper was thinking, is he going to cross? Because Johnson was on for the cross and he faked him and he took the shot early, and that's why the keeper couldn't save it. That was Sonny at his best. But I'll tell you what else he does. He leads the press. Sonny leads the press. Every time there's a press situation, Sonny is the first person to go press the person on the ball. And the direction he presses determines the direction that they can play out so that the other players know how to press. He's a captain and a half. I give him a 9.5. Excellent display. It was brilliant.
I just love David Clark.
I think David's having a wild time.
David's probably out drinking with me. Probably having a couple of rare nephews.
I know, right? It's just, it's amazing.
Has HAG, has he come alive on the?
He hasn't come out. Yeah, I'm guessing he's
been so quiet. Right. Okay. He'll come up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, he actually left a comment on the last stream that before we went off. I think it was the last comment before we went off. Yeah, but there you go.
Who did
right? Mr. Gamble. It's true born African. Yeah, that's his handle on YouTube. Right, guys, thank you so much. Big Ange. Let's
we haven't done Ange.
Yeah, so it's big,
Yeah,
big Ange. I mean, come on, please. Will someone
10.
please?
10, 10, 10, 10.
yeah,
Sorry, mate. 10.
I
I
mean,
I give Ange an 11.
yeah. I
I
give
give,
I give
him
her
an
the
11
10.
because this is his first time coaching, going to, like, usually a lot of people build up going to where to play Pep, and you look at Mourinho, Conte, and all these guys, they faced Pep or Pep's level before. This is his first time. This guy came from Scotland last season, and he's taking a team to face Pep this season, just like this. Nah, the
depleted
guy
squad
is
for that matter.
a
A broken
depleted
From that
squad,
year,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
playing
From them
4 back in his back four, and still wanting to play the same way and take the game to Pep Guardiola, the modern master himself. No, that you have to be very special. So it's 10, 10 and a half, 11. I give it to Ange. This I think is his masterpiece. And it's a 3-3 draw, but there's so much in that game that you can take out and say this guy knows exactly what he's doing.
Absolutely.
And can we give the team 11 as well? Give the team 11 as well for listening,
Yeah,
to Ange.
as a team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a group. I
Yeah.
mean, think
So
about it. These guys, not the first 11, and they played Angie ball. Come on.
yeah. So I mean, so you think 11 would be nice for Ange?
Yeah. If you could give Andy 11, give me 11, please.
Deji.
Is a 10 for me. I think he had them perfect in their heads. He had them totally schooled on how he wanted to play, and they played the way he wanted them to play. He made the right substitutions at the right time, the right calls. I was a bit disappointed when he brought on Skippy. When he brought on Skippy, I was thinking, why is he doing that? He's being pragmatic, but it turned out to be a great substitution. Skippy was responsible for getting us on the front foot for the equalizer, I think it was. So he didn't put a foot wrong. I think he was excellent. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've noticed, right, is that Ange makes some strange in quotes substitutions, right? Especially towards the end of the game, and I question him all the time. But every time I've questioned him, it's proven right, because he just he knows, almost like he knows what to do in those key situations. Like today, for instance, I thought to myself, why are you taking off Lo Celso? Lo Celso has been our best player, you know.
Yeah.
But of course, like you said, you notice that he's been
Starting to flag.
yeah, starting to flag, and of course he knows that, and when you start to flag, you put in wrong tackles, I mean, give away free kicks, and and you don't sort of are effective enough, which amazingly proved to be the case. And Skip actually put in a really good shift today, which I thought was really, really good. I mean, I'm really, really happy, and the whole team really, really made me really happy and proud today. And I mean, for a number of reasons. A, we didn't lose that game, which just stopped that mental rot of saying you lose 4 games on the trot, And you go away to City, Man City, treble champions, winning Premiership 3 times on the trot.
Best team in the world, Sergio. Best team in the world.
Best team in the world, and Champions League winners, and come on, and you just go there and you hold your own with a makeshift team. I mean, come on, I thought that was really, really good performance. And I mean, everyone played with heart, everyone played with drive, everyone played with purpose, and that was all the way down to Ange. I'm loving big Ange instead.
Okay. And another thing to add is that, think about it. We think about the atmosphere, and even managed to get Donnelly involved in it as well. So that Donnelly actually got all the reflected energy on top of him as well. So right on the next match, I think Donnelly is going to be doing well. He's doing well being in the squad anyway. But expect some.
Did he get a touch? Did anybody notice?
I don't know whether he got a touch, but he did get on. Sorry?
Whether Donnelly got a touch of the ball.
He had 3 of them on the bench today. I was so impressed. Donnelly, Iago Santiago, and Alfie Dorrington. And yes, you could say we're a depleted squad, but to have the cojones to put those boys in there thinking if anything goes wrong, I can trust them to play. I think it tells you the mindset of the man. And also honorable mention for Hoiberg. Go ahead. Sorry.
What
So
position
you
do
said
they
again.
play? Where do the three
Yeah.
guys
So
play?
He's a defender.
so Donley started off as a striker, and he was like, he really reminds me of Harry Kane. He's a left-footed version of Harry Kane. He started dropping deeper and deeper. All of a sudden, he discovered he could play attacking midfield. So he's kind of like a Madison understudy.
Okay.
And
Is
Yago
he the one
Santiago is
is he the one? Sorry, is Donny the one who scores for fun in the under 21s?
Yes.
Scores like
so Donley. Yeah, no. So Donley was the guy. He was first the striker
yeah,
who was banging goals anywhere. Then they brought him into midfield and they found out he could create. So now he both
okay,
creates and scores. So he's the guy who can give you like 15 goals, 15 assists
yeah,
in the same season.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's really highly rated, very left-footed. Yago Santiago is an attacking midfielder winger. So he can play both like a 10, but he can play wide as well. So it's like a Kulu, but more left-sided. He's like Manu Solomon in a very strange way. And Alfie Dorrington is 18 years old, centre back. You've seen the videos of him. He's like, I would call him
Maldini.
Maldini. He can bring a
Exactly. He's
ball
like
out.
Maldini.
The boy can bring a ball out. He's a little gentle giant at 18. He's massive, but he has something. You can see that there's something in that boy. And I think he's probably going on loan next summer. But if he plays this season, I don't think he'll let us down.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah. So overall, I thought it was good performance. Final word from you, Deji.
Really happy to see the progress that the team is making. Excited to see that the boys have clearly bought into the coach's philosophy. Really proud of the coach and his courage and his belief, and looking forward to the West Ham and the Newcastle games with renewed optimism. I think we're going to have a great season despite this blip. And as soon as our other players start coming back, we're just going to have a wild time. It's a really good result, came just at the right time, and I think the sky's our limit this season.
Absolutely, indeed. I couldn't agree more. Ben.
Yeah, I think I'm going to echo everything he said and everything they did. But 24 hours ago, I don't think we thought we would be having this sort of discussion about our match. I think I predicted in one forum that we're going to get tonked 10-0 or something like that. Because for me, I just sat down and I thought, I want to see a game of football. If we play well and lose, I don't care. But as long as we play well. But for me, the result we got today, over the moon. Absolutely fantastic. All kudos to the team, to the players, to the squad, and most importantly to Angie. Long live Angie Ball. Come on, you Spurs.
Thanks, Ben. Chuma.
Yeah, I same thing. You echo all the guys saying the exact same things. The guy on the forum, my uncle on the forum, MTMD, Man Talk Man Do. He recommended 2 books to me in the last 3 years. He recommended 2 books that really changed my mindset. One was called Mindset, and the other was Grit. And the 2 books kind of overlap each other, the same research, which shows like how having a fixed mindset and a growth mindset are the things that determine success in life. A growth mindset is a mindset where you have a goal and you're working towards it, and it's not about the goal, but it's about the process and about the systems you put in place to let the process change you to achieve the goal. And grit is having the mindset to still persevere with a growth mindset. And I look at Spurs under Ange and I see he's molding them into himself. And he is the personification of a growth mindset and grit. And this game today was about growing and grit and bravery. And long may it continue. It's like they just said, there's no limit. And says he's no limit to where his expectations of the team. He's not giving them any goals because he believes they can achieve all those goals and beyond. I'm looking forward to that this season, on to the next as well. So on to next game, another win. Come on, you Spurs.
OMG. I mean, that just sums it up right. I mean, that's huge. What I call the ability to sort of see, how you infuse those ideals into your team, how you just build a cohesive unit that is has his own DNA so early in the season. Tells you that if you can do this so early in the season, I'm just sort of looking forward to the next year with excitement, with belief, and it sort of brought a whole new vibe to the club. You know, all that negativity seems to have eased out of the window, and everyone is now singing from the same positive hymn sheet, regardless of the score. And that's what I'm so happy that Ange has been able to infuse and build into that team. You know, I couldn't beat. I mean, because he's such an amazing coach. Amazing coach is an understatement, guys. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you on the post-match live stream on Thursday after the match against West Ham, and I hope we have the same results as this one. Come on, you Spurs!
We want to win that one.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Have a good night, guys. Always good to see you.
Come on, you Spurs.